Chapter 12, Running in the Rain. After an hour or so of sitting by the lake with Dylan, we decided it was time to head back. With our hands laced together, we strolled away from the lake, lacing down the winding path slowly, walking down the winding path slowly, enjoying the feeling of our close proximity. My wolf was howling with joy, happy that we had finally kissed our mate. However, all she wanted now was more, causing arousal to bubble throughout me before slowly pushing it back down. Not, not wanting Dylan to catch on. Did Alpha Paul say where he was going? It's not like him to leave, I asked. Dylan swagged. He said it was something to do with his deceased mate. My eyes widened and I nodded. Of course, it was around this time that his mate was killed. He probably wants to be alone. You said she was killed out on a run? Questioned Dylan. I nodded, signing. Yes, it was just a kid. I was just a kid, so I don't really remember her. All I know is her and Alpha Paul went out for a quick run and it didn't go well. Do you wish you had a Luna? I nodded, smiling. It would have been nice to have a female figure to look up to, especially since I don't have a mother. She's a fool for leaving. Anyone would be lucky to have you as a daughter, said Dylan quietly, glancing into my emerald green eyes. I smiled up at my mate, a blush rushing to my cheeks. Thank you. After a few minutes of silence, I cleared my throat awkwardly, looking over at Dylan. When we first met at the club, your friend said you don't do mates. What did he mean? Dylan sighed, his mouth set in a firm line as he avoided all eye contact with me. A mate was just never something I longed for. After seeing my mother struggle after my father died, I didn't want to feel that. I didn't want a mate to weaken me and take my concentration away from running the pack. Oh, I mumbled, my heart pit-patting at Dylan's harsh words. It's different than I thought, though, continued Dylan. I thought I would be able to just ignore my mate, but the thing is, I don't want to. I want to care, and I can't help but feel drawn to you. After the day I met you, I haven't even looked at another woman, nor have I wanted to. My wolf goes crazy every time I think about you. I swallowed, patting my long eyelashes as I looked up at my mate, chewing on my plump bottom lip. Suddenly, Dylan gently pushed me back, cupping my cheeks and bringing his lips to mine. My back hit the tree behind me as I wrapped my arms around his neck, dragging him closer to me. I moved my lips passionately against his, signing deeply into the kiss, my wolf going crazy inside of me. Eventually, Dylan pulled away, panting for breath as he ran his hands through his tousled hair, his red lips and plump his lips red and plump from the kiss. I laughed to myself, smiling as Dylan grabbed my hand again, leading me back onto the path. I knew he could smell my arousal, and I found myself slightly embarrassed, knowing it felt a little too soon for all of that. As we emerged from the trees, the sun above us disappeared and was shimmering with smoky gray clouds. The crisp wind whistled through the atmosphere, giving the backgrounds a gloomy and morose look. Rain started to pour down, drown- drowning us from head to toe, drenching us from head to toe, causing me to shake my bones, feel chilly. Run! laughed Dylan as he pulled me along with him, splashing through paddles, our shoes soaking wet. Raindrops ran down my face, refreshing me, causing my eyelashes to clench together, my hair now dripping and stingy. We ran through the rain, turning the corner towards my house. Peering through the mass, chuckling to ourselves, I sighed as we reached my door, ducking under the edge of the roof, sheltering us from the cold rainfall. Oh my god, I laughed, wrinkling out wringing out the end of the thick white Kardashian, laughing. Clara, I was thinking about something today, announced Dylan, causing me to cock my head, enjoying him, encouraging him to continue. I was wondering if Jared would like me to train him. What? I asked, shocked. Well, he's always watching training from the sideline alone, and he really looks like he's taking it all in. It just looks like something he's interested in. But if you'd rather not, I would. Are you kidding? I yelled, smiling. Dylan, I'm sure Jared would kill to be trained by you. What about Beta Charles though? You won't want a civilized civilian joining in with the training session? Dylan swagged, shaking his head. Then I'll train him privately. I pulled Dylan in for a quick hug, enjoying the feeling of his muscular chest against mine, the feeling of his heartbeat, causing mine to skip a beat. Thank you, I mumbled. I need to head back to my cabin and prepare for my next training session, but I can meet with Jared afterwards if he would like. I'll let him know, I said, nodding eagerly. Maybe you could join in too, suggested Dylan, raising his eyebrows, causing me to suffer. I don't know how to fight. My point exactly? Chuckled Dylan. Why would I need to learn how to fight? I asked, crossing my arms over my chest. Catching Dylan's attention, his eyes shifting darker as he noticed how my soaking wet top was sticking to my chest. I cleared my throat, waving a hand, causing him to shake his head, his eyes slowly drifting back up to mine, a smirk playing on the edge of his lips. Do you want to stop looking at my chest? I said, raising my eyebrows at my mate. Dylan chuckled, swagging. Not really. I rolled my eyes, laughing to myself. I'll only come train with you if Gayla can come. Dylan contemplated, chewing on his bottom lip, nodding his head from side to side as he thought. Fine. I'm looking forward to watching Gayla kick your ass, I announced, nodding my head. Dylan rolled his eyes, signing, yeah. Not gonna happen, sweetheart. My heart pitter-patted at the nickname, causing a blush to raise to my cheek for the second time. I'll see you tonight. Thank you for the date. Dylan smiled down at me, grabbing my hand and giving it a quick squeeze before turning, making his way through the mist and rain until I could no longer see him. I signed, resting my head against the front door, allowing my wolf to calm down for a bit before I opened the door, stepping in, bending down to slide off my soaking wet shoes. What was that then? Came a voice, causing me to jump out of my skin, letting out a gasp. I glanced at a smirking Jared in front of me, his arms crossed over his chest as he smiled. You scared me. You two look rather cozy, questioned Jared, raising a thick eyebrow, causing me to roll my eyes. Were you spying on me? You bet I was. But let's be honest, I really don't have anything better to do, replied my little brother. You're so annoying, I mumbled. Getting it with an alpha then, huh? That's big time, Clara. I walked past Jared, opening up the fridge, grabbing a can of soda, opening it, and gulping it down. I'm not getting in with anyone. That's not what it looks like to me, said Jared, rolling over to me. Does that know? No, and I don't need him questioning me either, so don't tell him, I ordered. Don't tell him what? That you're in love with Mr. Big Sexy Alpha Dylan? Teased Jared. Oh, so you think he's sexy? I taunted, causing Jared to snuffle. Just don't get hurt, Clara, warned Jared, his face turning serious. I won't, Jared. Dylan won't hurt me. How do you know? Questioned my brother. Well, I snickered, chewing on my bottom lips. Because he's... Suddenly, I was cut off by a buzzing noise, causing Jared to hold up his finger at me, quieting me. He pulled out his phone from his pocket, glancing at the screen suspiciously, and turned it on to speakerphone before answering it. Hello? Hello, Jared, spoke a husky voice. Who is this? My brother asked, recurring. Well, wouldn't you like to know?